Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chauncey Eugene Sims Jr. And
oh.
Listen, you. Listen. I am said host. When it is time for you to introduce yourself, introduce yourself.
I am Lamar Dyer.
This is the Everything About Everything podcast, where we indeed talk about everything.
Any and everything and all things.
Yes. So, it is Saturday.
It sure is.
Your month's almost over. How's it feel? I'm saying it like I'm not black or half black. I claim it sometimes. When it's appropriate, when there's no niggatry, then I will proudly claim it.
Can you define niggatry?
Define niggatry?
Yes. Go ahead and define that for me, please.
Just look at the current rapper landscape. Any generic and or stereotypical black activities, such as the sagging of pants, such as the extremely loud music along with the extremely large rims. Let's see what else. Broken English, and I don't mean Jamaicans. Hoodies with candy in their pockets.
Now, when you talk about candy, you're not talking about Jolly Ranchers or,
He had Twix, didn't he? I don't remember. I think it was a pack of Skittles. It's been long enough, I can make fun of it now.
Taste the rainbow, people. How?
Yeah, they'll make you taste the rainbow, all right?
That is disturbing.
With a bullet. Enjoy that. Anyway.
No, I don't want...
Well, sir, I don't think you fall under niggatry category, so you have a pass, per se.
Thank you, sir.
On occasion. There was some things... I wouldn't call you... I would call you... I would say, sir... that you are just ghetto fabulous.
Well, thank you. I can at least take that, even though there will probably be a lot of people that I know who actually watch this.
And I understand that you are, in fact, an intelligent individual, but as far as technologically, you are retarded.
Yes, I will.
And please, people, if you are offended by the word retarded, then you are retarded.
Well, no, because I wasn't... now I'm going to have
to... No, listen. When have you ever called a mentally handicapped person retarded?
Never, because that's just fucked up.
I know exactly. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm very confused as to how the two tie together. I understand, like, back in the day, that wasn't such an offensive term, but because But all I'm saying is that I would never, ever, ever see a mentally handicapped or person with a disability and be like, "Hey, look at that retard." That would never happen. And I don't understand. If I see that,
because not everybody is like you, my friend.
No, but
there's always those outliers that actually do that dumb shit.
I got
who need their asses whooped. Okay. I'll say it. They need their asses whooped.
I get you. But I put retard in the same plane as bitch. A woman is not the only person that can be a bitch.
Now, I agree with you. Okay. Bitch is a unisex word because I have said that. Because you can, if you act like a bitch, talk like a bitch, and do bitch things, motherfucker, you a bitch. It's kind of like if it's a walk like a duck, talk like a duck.
You know what I've never looked up? Let me look up the exact term of retarded, because I've never looked that up.
All right, well, let's see what Merriam-Webster has to say about retard.
Retard, delay or hold back in terms of progress, development, or accomplishment. Does that sound like a mentally incapable person? No, not to me. To me, this sounds like someone who's stupid. To me, what this says to me, but that's just me. You're fucking stupid. Our progress was retarded by unforeseen difficulties. And it's not even used in a derogatory manner or used to describe someone who is mentally incapable.
Yes, because at least in the term that's used, it's used as a verb, not an adjective. At least that's what that says. That says a verb. It does not say an adjective. Okay.
That person has a mental disability. Fuck.
And then now when you look at, go ahead, say that second definition.
Hey, all I gotta say.
Say that second definition.
There are some people that fall into this category that don't know it.
I'm gonna say this.
Some
like,
of you are mentally
I don't
retarded.
like.
You don't even know it.
I try not to use that word. I personally don't. I will say something is foolish. I will say something is, or one of my personal favorite lines is, "I am not impressed."
Okay.
Okay.
I'll give you another example. Does anybody use lit because of a match or a light or a fire per se?
Well, no, because that falls under that actually falls under ebonics or
Slang.
Slang, yes.
Okay. Well, retarded is slang for you a dumbass.
That is true.
Thank you.
And and I will say, in a world where free speech is paramount above all things.
I don't know what free speech is, bro. What's free speech?
Where basically you can say anything that you want and you don't and you don't have to fear consequences and repercussions.
No. You fear consequences and repercussions. Don't say that. No, you do. No, you do.
Okay.
You fear the extreme of like not getting your hand chopped off. But you can get shot.
That is true.
There are some moments. Right. There are some moments where, like, I think China got it right. There's just some things you just shouldn't say, and like against the government and shit like that. No. Hold on to that. But for you to have the audacity to say some shit, it just blows my mind. Like some shit, just like, why did you say that? Like, why did you say that?
Now let's.
Not everybody needs to have an opinion, but we've given the platform for everybody to have an opinion. There are some people, in my opinion, that don't need to have an opinion. But then again, that's
some
their
people
opinion.
would say that about hey, me and you.
I know that. That's fine.
I mean, it's not going to stop me from saying
what?
whatever the hell I got to say.
But guess what?
What?
I have a microphone and you don't.
So you're gonna listen.
So you gotta listen to every fucking word I
say. Oh my goodness, that was great. I like the fact that we actually got that. Oh, you just gonna leave me hanging
down? You fucking with me.
Oh damn, is that how you feel? Just gonna just.
I know it's Black History, but calm down.
Oh,
you got 4 days? No, 28th.
Yes,
you got 5 days.
Yes, I got 5 days. So can you at least not make me feel? Thank you, I appreciate that.
I'll include you now, but after 5 days, you're back in the corner, nigger.
Look at here, Wigger. I don't want to hear none of your bullshit, okay?
Sir.
What?
Sir.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, boy.
Sir.
What you want?
Sir.
Boy.
Sir.
Boy.
Sir.
Boy.
Sir.
Boy.
I got nothing, man. So I've been working for the past couple days on the quality of my streaming. Yes, I do stream on Mixer, not Twitch, because the Twitch is oversaturated as it is. So I'll pick a market that isn't as saturated. Is there a lot of people? Yes, not as saturated though.
Okay. So okay, keep talking because I have a question.
Go ahead, ask a question.
No, because I was like, what do you consider saturated and what do you consider, a lot? Just this.
Well, that's
because
that's what I mean. It's the same thing.
Right.
I mean it in that term. Saturated is in there's too many fucking people.
Okay.
It's hard to be picked out in this bunch.
Okay.
That's why I did it.
Okay.
So I chose Mixer.
Okay, I might have to download that because I would like to see your stuff.
Which, for all of you who do not know, Mixer is a streaming service that was made by Microsoft. They have it. It's attached to. If you have an Xbox, you can automatically stream from your Xbox onto Mixer just by default.
Nice.
I use my computer in OBS just so that my Xbox isn't doing all the work.
Okay.
So, I've been trying to improve my quality, add stuff to it, improve my audio, all that stuff. And you know what? I fucking hate audio. I fucking hate it. Audio is annoying. Audio is unpredictable.
That is true.
Audio is not. You cannot default that to just anybody. If you got a deep voice, if you got a deep voice, if you don't have a deep voice, if you're quiet, if you're loud. And I'm not loud all the time. Sometimes I like to mumble to myself, and you can't hear that. And sometimes I like to be extremely loud, and you can definitely hear that. But like, it's just so fucking annoying. And I understand why actors and all that stuff are the way they are, because I don't want to do that fucking shit either. That's why you need PAs and shit. You do that, motherfucker. I don't want to do it. That shit's fucking annoying.
Yes, I mean, with the whole, that's why I always like the science of sound. That's why I respect anybody who's actually,
oh no, yeah,
you know, actually, if you're a mix engineer, sound engineer, you know, any type of, you know, dealing with any type of audio whatsoever, I salute you for real.
We have new respect for you. That shit's fucking annoying. I'm not happy.
Because
that's annoying.
You know, with the de-essers, and you got to put it into a DAW system, and then you once you have to put it in a DAW, now you got to make sure that the pitches are right.
This is all I gotta say. I'll never see that shit in my head. It's literally gonna be just on, like, once I get it down, it's not gonna be. I won't be able to describe it to you, explain it to you in any sort of way. It's like, yeah, I fuck with it till I figured it out, and now I know. Now I know where I need to have it. And I ain't fucking with it no more.
I got my sweet spot. It's not going nowhere.
Shit. I don't want to do none of that shit no more.
Right? No.
No. But there's that, and there's, like, I got no issue fiddling with like how, like, with the quality of it, like, you know, video, like the bit rate and all that stuff like that. I got no issue with that. I can get that and I can figure that out. Audio, which now leads me to the reason, because, like, my initial intention was to just put videos out on YouTube, but, like, now I'm not seeing YouTube as viable as I used to. Not only because it's oversaturated, but because YouTube's doing, like, dumb shit now and demonetizing people for, like, no fucking reason. For example, just recently they just had a scandal where people are getting demonetized because of comments.
What?
Because of what people are saying in their comment section, which they, you know, have some control, but, like, you'd have to go back to your videos, look at your comments, and go through them and remove shit. Like,
I thought the point of having comments is, now let's understand some things. There are people that are generic jerks, okay? Just generic jerks. I know I could be that way sometimes, but I try not to be. But what I'm saying is, there are people who like to troll.
God, I'm so excited I get my seat cushion today. Continue.
Okay.
I forgot it's Saturday.
No, but I mean, seriously. Some people like to troll. That's what they do. Like, they would go, you know, we can have a really positive thing going on, and there's going to be that single one individual, that one jerk off that wants to say something stupid.
In America, it's about 40%.
when I really can't argue with, and you said 40%. You're
this
nicer.
Is America.
You're
all
nicer
of y'all fucked up.
I would say a good 60 or 70%. But that's just my personal opinion. Hey, I'm just saying. But
are you saying, sir, that you have a much lower, like, threshold for the amount of good people in America than I do? Oh man, I need to lower my standards. I cannot have this.
No, I mean, do I believe a lot of people are good? Yeah, but I have no. And this is where, and me and my sister always have a debate with this one, like, where she has faith in people, but yet she don't like people. Where I'm, on the other hand, I generally like people, but I have no faith in them. And they were like, how does that work? Easy.
That's real easy, actually. In front of people? Away from people? Magic.
But, I mean, seriously, but for YouTube to demonetize people because of other people that they cannot control. So basically, you're going to have to be on a straight-up blocking spree. Oh, bad comment? Block. Block.
Oh, he said retard. Block that.
Block. Hold on.
He called me bald.
Blah.
He said I was ugly.
Blah. You know.
And I had no, like, where this is coming from is, like, there and right now it's because there are, like, people are uploading videos of their kids and whatnot, and those comments are being because people are saying inappropriate shit about their kid. And it's like I get it, sure.
First of all, I won't want to put my kid on. I mean, I can understand.
On blast like that. Yo, no, there are definitely 100% parents pimping out their kids on YouTube to make views, because that's like a That's like a thing that other parents will watch. They're like, oh, look how cute the kid is doing gymnastics and shit. So like, that's so Jello pudding. Can't wait 10 years and then I'm putting it in your drink. Anyway.
That's horrible. I shouldn't be laughing because that's horrible, but it was hilarious.
No, but like there's so many, like, I think that YouTube is in a certain position where, and it's tough. I can't say it's easy, but like the way that they're handling it, it's like the way that they're handling it, I just think is all just messed up.
How would you handle it, Mr. Sims?
Well,
because from what I am understanding, so I make sure I understand what you're telling me. Yeah, because I want to try to word this correctly and not sound retarded in my own sense. So, oh dang it, I just used the daggone word. I try
not. Well, here, let me say this. Anyway, okay. YouTube right now is in a position where they are giving all of the attention, all the benefits, all the perks, all of the
kudos, accolades,
like everything. They're giving it towards advertisers, which I get because that's where they make their money. But there has to be a balance between the person who is making the content, uploading the content, and then the advertisers. You can't just put everything in place for advertisers and major companies, and then to the people that made you what you are, give them the middle finger. Like that doesn't work. It has to be a balance. If there was a balance, then you can make an argument that you're doing everything you can. But like everything they're doing is just leaning towards big corporation, advertisers, all that.
Well, let's be real. Money talks and BS.
No, yeah, I get you. I get you. I understand what you're saying. But like it's getting to the point where like YouTube, like the way YouTube is doing it is like, it's like they're saying, we don't want original material. We just want to we just want to be a TV channel. We just want like all because news outlets, Jimmy Kimmel uploads, like, you know, anything that's on TV that's popular, talk shows, all that shit, ain't shit ever gonna happen to them. You could have a news channel upload some shit about rape, then have someone make a video about rape. Guess which one's getting demonetized? Yes.
I see what you're saying.
Yes. Not only that, but there recently was an issue with how the strike system works. And if you don't know what the strike system works on YouTube, strike system is basically someone can claim that you are, like, for example, let's say you re-upload someone else's video, right? You can either copyright claim or strike the channel, right? So copyright claim meaning that you just accept the monetization from that video, or you could say, hey, you use my video, I want to give them a strike, meaning that in 3 strikes you're out. Okay, and a lot of companies do that as like a power play, right? They don't fuck with us, just strike. Or some of them legitimately use it, right? But a lot of companies are misusing it and just handing out strikes even if it falls under fair use, right? And the way it's set up most of the time is that, like, even if you say, like, hey, this is under fair use, sometimes YouTube will be like, oh, you're shit out of luck. And so a lot of companies know that. And even if they find out, you know what, this was fair use, we're going to remove your strike.
It's harder to get.
No. Even if you get that, there's no repercussion for the person that gave you the strike. Even if it was blatant, even if it was blatantly, like, even they knew it was fair use and they decided to do it anyway. There's no repercussion for that. You can just hand them out and be like, fuck it. YOLO.
Hey, look. Hey, making it rain on strikes, baby.
It's literally like it's like serving someone a lawsuit without paying nothing. Like, you paid nothing, right? It's kind of like that. Imagine that. And then you paid with your time because you certain abilities or certain features are removed for 90 days. from YouTube. Like, you can't live stream and other stuff like that on YouTube because of that strike, right?
Right.
That video is also removed, right?
Right.
So you lose ad revenue, you lose the capabilities, and you will not be you will lose your ability to be recommended. So let's say your video is relation with another video, where usually you would be in the recommended section, or when it like continue, like, you know, when you keep a video playing, it'll go to another video, it might go to another channel. Well, it won't, like, when if it used to recommend you from this other channel, they won't do that anymore.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
you're so basically, in retrospect, you're blackballed once you get
exactly.
You're blackballed,
yeah.
And you know, and like you said, so these companies are handing out these black balls like candy, and even though they could be in the wrong for that black ball, they're not. That's like a girl. Hey, look. So I'm gonna bring it in because I always like to make it, you know, bring it to where my knowledge can understand. So that's like a girl calling rape on a dude,
yep,
and it's fake, and I cannot sue her for defamation.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, because
it's like someone calling the police and there's nothing there. They get there like, oh, I was just playing, and then, all right, bye. Does that happen? No, but this happens.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. So that's why I'm leaning towards the streaming route, just because I don't. Once you get to a certain point, then you're good for the most part, but you gotta get to that certain point. And I just feel like
it's hard to get to that point. Like, you know, it's literally like climbing Mount Everest. And but once you get to that, you know, once you get to, like, say if this was your scale, say you need to get right here, but to get there you have to be like down here, you know, down to where my leg is. I mean, y'all can't see it, but just you know, you gotta. It's hard to get here, you know.
It's hard for a pimp.
You know, and you're trying to reach here, so that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, so that's the issue I have, you know, come in contact with. So
okay, well, I can understand where, and then so I was wondering, could we get on Mixer? I mean, I'm just saying.
What do you mean? Mixer's easy.
Like, you know, could we stream this, you know?
I mean, yeah, we could. We can also live stream on YouTube if we want to. My the next thing I want to do is just get us on, you know, Google Play, iTunes, Spotify, such and such. Okay. That's the next step for as far as podcasts. I can give a fuck about the live streaming as far as my concern. But I
mean, because I really enjoy these, because I like our talks, even though I'm always trying to see the other side of the spectrum, you know.
No, I get you.
And you know, we get to argue it and be like, and which is fun to me, because I really enjoy when I can take stabs at you and you can't hit me back with it. I can be just like, yeah, take that. Finally. Anyway, I know that sounds horrible, but hey, whatever.
But yeah. Oh, by the way, cheap plug. You can find me on Mixer at Mr. Clean Gaming.
Oh yes, you know. You do look like a Mr. Clean.
I
was like, yep, I can see the glistening off your head right now. Ding!
Hot as balls in here. Trying to keep an acoustic ambiance is difficult and not always viable as far as, you know, air conditioning and,
you know,
having a cool. Yes, I'm hot as fuck right now. But anyway,
hotter than 2 mice in a wool sock, man.
You know something funny? So I'm walking my dog last night.
Okay.
And we're outside on the near the street. I mean, she's in the grass. She's walking around. And I'm thinking, like, I'm assuming she has to go, so I'm waiting. Mm-hmm. And then suddenly, some fucking idiot makes a ridiculous fucking left turn into the complex, like straight out of Fast and Furious, like someone's dying, like, and then slows down into the complex. I'm like, what the fuck was that for? Even my goddamn dog was like, my dog went over to me and just like jumped my leg and like, hey. It's over, fam. You hear that shit? People are being dumb. Let's go inside. I'm like, you right, dog.
Laura, you got it. Look, yeah, you on a point.
God damn. Dude, even today, as we were driving, someone got in the middle of the fucking lane and, like, rode the fucking line. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Get over or fucking stay in the lane? I was confused as fuck. I'm like, and I don't usually honk my horn, but in this case, I needed this man to know he's a fucking dumbass. Like, I needed you to know you sir are a retard.
A retard.
Okay, you are beyond mentally handicapped. You are capable in mind and fucking dumb. Honk the fuck out of my horn. Oh my god!
I remember that because I was
beep, 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 beep. And it wasn't a long. No, it was beep, beep, beep. I wanted to be annoying as fucking. Beep, 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 beep. I was beatboxing my horn. Beep, 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 beep.
Hey, look, sounded like the daggone Super Mario.
No, my shit was Mortal Kombat. Fuck. Which reminds me of the Carlos Mencia thing and the dee-dee thing. It's my fucking dee-dee horn. Jesus Christ. You know, that shit would not fly today. The whole dee-dee thing, that would not fly today.
Oh, no. Of course it wouldn't, you know. But, you know, it's almost like... No, I'm not going to use that because I just thought about what I was going to say, and that does not compute with what we're saying. So let me just return...
You know what's funny? It's funny how, like, we've regressed in like tolerance, because what used to not offend people now offends people, and people look at that and be like, oh no, we're progressing. It's like, no, we're regressing. You are a fucking sunflower. Stop it.
A sunflower. No, you know what, it really is. You know, there's some stuff we can do, like, and I've said this with movies, I've said this with, you know, there's certain things that we couldn't do back then that we can now do now, and vice versa now. Mm-hmm. Like I use I always use the kick-ass thing. When have you ever seen a 13-year-old child kill a grown person, and a female like that? I just kill a grown man. Oh, you're a BA.
There is a documentary on Netflix called Killer Kids.
I might have to watch that.
Yeah, it's cheesy in the way they reenact it, but it's interesting because they're real stories, even though the acting is cheesy. It's kind of like watching Goosebumps now, which I've been watching a fuck ton of Goosebumps. That show is good. It's cheesy as hell, but it's good.
Yeah, because I used to watch that and Are You Afraid of the Dark? Now I know that you
what
probably
was that
don't.
other fucking show?
Yeah, I know that.
What was there was some other show on Disney. It was like So Strange or some shit. What the fuck was that thing?
I know there was another one that used to be on Fox and it used to be called Erie, Indiana.
I'm talking about like one that was like that you watched as a kid that was made like was a scary thing made for kids. It would come on like right before Famous Jet Jackson. It was like So Strange, So Weird, something like that.
Yeah, something. I remember the Famous Jet Jackson. Yeah, that was Michelle.
I couldn't believe that dude like killed himself.
I couldn't believe it either. Like,
that was crazy.
He could have honestly. I could have seen him as like the next Black Panther or next, you know, superhero black person.
No homo. He's a good looking dude. I'm like, he could have done it.
Yeah, like seriously, I'd watch him. I'd be like, nice going, bro. Said as well.
So there's a lot of gaming news this week. Due to the fact,
tell me about that.
There's a serious amount of video games that came out in the past week. We had Crackdown 3. We had Metro Exodus.
Yeah, because I read your piece on it.
Yeah,
and you know I remember playing Crackdown 2, and I enjoyed that. But like for playability, like something that you could play over and over again, it gets monotonous.
Oh yeah,
and you know, and I'd be like, okay, I've beaten this one, I'm good. You know. There's not. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And it's not like there's any DLC for it where you can do more things, or unless I'm wrong.
Well, they haven't announced any, and I doubt there's gonna be. Okay. The Metacritic score, which is a compilation of all the scores into one, in an average, is like at 59 right now.
So, like I said, it's kind of like, yeah, it's good for almost nostalgia's sake, almost.
It's good for if you want to turn off your brain, as I said in the review. If you want to turn off your brain and just blow up shit, yeah, it's cool, but it's cool for an hour. I'm the first time I streamed it, I did stream it, Mr. Clean Gaming on Mixer. I nearly fell asleep after the first hour. I was like, I couldn't do it. I was like, you know what? I'm good. The next day I came back, played for 3 hours, but like, it can get boring as fuck. It's fun. Now, the issue I had is that once you level up to the max level for each ability, because you have jumping, you have shooting, you have explosives, and you have.
That's more than what it had in part 2, correct?
No, that's the same thing.
Okay.
The exact same thing.
Okay.
So you got strength, you got shooting, you have agility, and you have driving. Now, all of them max out at 6, okay? And it only really gets fun once you hit like around level 5 on each one, because then you're overpowered as shit and you just one punch everything, or you know, when you shoot them, it doesn't take as many bullets. You just melt them, and so you feel overpowered as shit. That in itself is fun for like 15 minutes. If there's not only is there 0 challenge once you hit that, but
so it doesn't even scale up to meet.
No.
Okay,
you know
something to think about.
You know how they scale it. You know how they scale it? They just throw more enemies at you.
If I can mow down,
yeah, and every time you kill somebody, they give you health. So you just literally just go through just mowing shit. And like if you can go back and you can watch my stream in the VOD log, I was just going through this. Well, just mowing down shit. People were shooting. I sat there on objectives where you have to go over, you have to hold down LB to like hack something, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would walk over to that bitch and hold the motherfucker down, and motherfuckers were shooting at me and all that stuff. I didn't kill nobody. I just hacked it. Goodbye. I win.
Oh, wow.
It's like,
oh wow. Okay. Again, like I said,
so there's multiple problems with
developers.
That game was in development for 5 years. It was developed for 5 years, and the way it feels, the way it plays, and the mission structure, even the story feels like they went from Crackdown 1. The only thing it's Crackdown 1 remastered. They just put a 3 instead. And Terry Crews, dude. Terry Crews is nowhere to be. Like, you may be playing as Terry Crews, but all you get from Terry Crews is a monologue in the beginning and some one-liners as you're playing. My favorite one is when he says, "Fuck gravity," but that's it. That's all you get. In the story, he's not talking.
What? And me being a writer, okay, I'm gonna tell you, like, this is just me. I'm not sure about Mr. Clean right here, but me personally, I love a game that has a good plot. Okay, if you like, for me, that's why I love the game Thief. Okay, Thief is a very awesome game as far as storyline is concerned. Okay, just like I like Dishonored and Dishonored 2, awesome storyline. You know, I like those type of games, and for me, a storyline really makes a game, unless it's a MOBA or even a multiplayer. Okay.
Yeah.
And
that's different. But that's obviously different and intended to be different.
Right. You know, like, even like for me in Black Ops, they have to have a great story. Like, I thought Black Ops 1 had an excellent story. But, you know, even with some stories might get a little repetitive and you might have to, you know, find some way to revamp it and do some things, but at least for me, it's always about that story as far as a game is concerned.
Yeah,
and
for me, you can have no story and the game can be fun, but you gotta have one or the other. Because like, you can have a great story and not so fun gameplay and play through it. You can have a game with shitty story but great gameplay and get away with it. But you can't fuck up on both. You fucked up on both, then it's like, what do we got here?
I agree with you there, because
and the story is so generic. Like, so it's literally like, if you played Crackdown 1 or 2, it's the same shit.
Oh, okay.
There are 5 bosses you have to take down. In order to take them down, you have to break down their, like, it's kind of like, if you ever played like The Godfather,
right?
You know how you have you have to in order to get to the big warehouse, you got to break down take their businesses and take down their other establishments, and then you can take their warehouse or their warehouse or their fucking mansion, where the fuck their stronghold down.
Right.
Same thing.
Oh, okay.
But none of the characters are interesting. All the boss fights are the same. They're in some kind of mech suit. Some large robot that looks similar to a enemy you've already fought. They just have a bigger health bar. That's fucking it. And you kill them all the same. I could kill every single boss the same fucking way. The same exact way.
So there is even no game. It's not like with WoW. There's certain game mechanics that you have to do, that you have to follow. That, and if you
got a rocket launcher, you're good. You're good. That's it. That's it.
So what other games besides that one? I know we went on a tangent.
Crackdown 3 came out. Metro Exodus, which is actually reviewing quite well. If you haven't played the Metro series, they're very good. They're based on a fictional post-apocalyptic Russia. Very good.
Oh wow!
If you like story, very good. Gameplay is also good as well.
Is that on P4? Because now I actually have it.
PC,
so now,
Xbox, and PlayStation.
Okay, thank you.
Crackdown is Xbox exclusive. Only play it if you have Game Pass. Don't pay $60 for that game. Anthem came out.
What is
Anthem
that game?
came out the 15th for PC Origin holders, but then came out for everybody else Friday.
What is
yesterday.
Anthem? I mean, because
Anthem is a looter shooter based on a post-apocalyptic world where you're basically in a mech suit.
Okay, so it's kind of like Far Cry.
No, you're in a mech suit.
Okay,
you're you're
not Far Cry. Excuse me, Fallout. Excuse me, is what I wanted to say.
No.
Okay.
Fallout is a story-driven open world RPG.
Okay.
Anthem is a looter shooter.
Okay.
There is a story. Most people are saying it's not good, which is really not good because BioWare made it. BioWare are the makers of Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic, Jade Empire, Mass Effect, Dragon Age.
Stories. And I love those.
Yeah,
Knights of the Republic was my shit.
Yeah. So people were expecting a good story. Story's not good, or just not very present. Some people are saying the gameplay is good. Most people saying that the gameplay is good, but the grind is not. So if you play games like The Division or Destiny, it follows that narrative as a looter shooter where you are grinding, doing the same thing over and over again to get better loot. Or like Diablo.
Okay? All right, cool. Because I was like looter shooter. I was gonna say Grand Theft. I was gonna say Grand Theft Auto, but I was like,
so think of it like Iron Man meets Diablo.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people are saying the gameplay, the traversal, the way it feels is good, but the repetitive nature of it isn't worth it.
Okay.
Because they're all the looter shooters are repetitive in nature, but they're fun, repetitive games. This game is not fun, does not carry that.
Yeah, because even if you play every single class of Diablo, it does get boring as hell. Because even I have to, even if you reach all the Paragon levels and you max out everything, it's still a pain in the behind and it gets old very quickly. My bad. But yes, I mean, but I can play Star Wars Knights of the Republic like crazy too, because at least I know this is what happens when I choose light side. This is what happens when I choose dark side.
Yeah, there's no, so that you have dialogue options, but everyone's saying that the dialogue option doesn't matter. The game ends the same way.
Oh, okay.
No matter what you do, the same outcome.
Okay, so then that's no good either. Because at least if I'll talk about Dishonored, if I go on a rampage killing everybody, I'm gonna get a jacked up ending. Yeah. However, if I spare people or save as many as I can, I get that. Yeah.
There's no such thing. It's all no matter what you do, it all is the same.
Okay.
But the thing, there's one thing, because I like this style of game. Some people don't. Okay, but I like this style of game. I understand you're gonna be doing the same thing over and over again. I like Destiny, I like Division. So I would like this game. But the one thing that completely deterred me from this game is the fact that in order to, you know how normal games or most games, you can swap weapons on the fly.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Not talking Call of Duty where you can only change them, or actually even Call of Duty, you have loadouts, you can change the loadouts in between games, right?
Right.
Well, games like Destiny, Division.
Or it could even customize your loadouts.
So in a looter shooter, you're going to be getting a lot of new stuff, right? And you want to try that new stuff, right?
Right.
Well, in this game, you have to go from wherever you're at back to the base in order to change your loadout.
So I want to put, because I got to put things into perspective. I'm a little slow, so I got to understand this. So I could be far ahead, like we'll just say I can be in a completely 5 areas away, and now I have to.
You can fast travel, but that's not the point.
Okay.
But you get what I'm like.
Right.
You have to go back to the home base. Like, oh, I got a new sniper rifle. I want to try the sniper rifle out. Well, can't try it out now. Gotta finish this mission, go back to base, swap it, and then go back to what I was doing.
So, if you got a better gun right there, you really have to finish with the sucky gun first before you can even go back to even attempt to use it. I'd be pissed.
Yeah. And not only that, but there's a lot of load time issues. So multiple reviewers timed this, right? So I'm just gonna go off of 3 that I know guarantee 100% for sure. 3 of them said it takes 7 minutes to go from wherever you're at back to the base, swap your shit, go back to the world. Fuck you.
I'd be mad as hell.
7 minutes?
Hold on.
I know that don't seem like a long time, but if you're sitting and staring at some shit, no.
No, it's almost like you can go to the bathroom, you can go make yourself a sandwich, go get yourself something to drink. You can probably order a pizza, probably get there, and then, man, 7 minutes?
There was a reviewer that said this game is a loading screen simulator. So someone gave an example and posted on Twitter. It was Angry Joe, I believe. He said so he posted his video editing software, and he took the chunk of gameplay and then took a chunk of the loading screen and then put them side by side. His loading screen was 5 minutes and 30 seconds. The mission was 4 minutes. What the fuck? I was like, are you high? Are you high?
That is hilarious. I mean, that's funny, but that's kind of fucked up, because ain't no way in 7 Hello Kitties.
No.
And 7 Hello Kitties.
And
I would buy a game like that.
And Destiny, look, I'll admit, Destiny has some long ass loading screens. But once the loading screen is done, you will complete whatever you're doing. You could, let's say you're playing a multiplayer match.
Okay.
I've sat in a loading screen for about 2-3 minutes.
Okay.
The multiplayer match is about 10 minutes. Okay? Or there's a loading screen on the way to a planet. Once I get to that planet, there are no loading screens in that whole planet until I leave the planet. The planet. So that's just unacceptable. Like, that's where I'm just like, nah, I would rage quit. I'd be like, excuse me.
You know what? I need to go take a walk. Let me go walk Laura real quick, because I can walk Laura in 7 minutes.
Look, I get irritated when I'm playing UFC 3, and so when you go into a ranked match and you start you pick your character, they pick their character. The game loads into the game. You load into it, right? Then it shows both of you. These two are fighting. Well, it's, basically the cinematics in which simulate how a real fight would go, right?
Right.
And then they go through the announcement like, oh, this is, Bruce Buffer sits there in the red corner and the blue corner, right?
Right.
So both people have to skip in order to just start fighting. Right. Otherwise, you're watching that shit. Which is, a decent, like, it's not long, but if you're just sitting there, it's long.
Right.
I get pissed off at that because people don't want to skip. They just sit there and watch the shit. And most of them, I know, is to piss you off and get you angry, so you just want to beat the fuck out of them, which makes you not think about what you're doing, so it's easier time to beat you, right?
Right.
So some people do that, and it's annoying as fuck.
But I can't knock the.
No, I knocked that shit. Just fucking play the goddamn game. What the fuck? So
no, because I mean, I would be real.
Just no. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. But anyway, so I get annoyed at that. So for me to wait 7 minutes to swap my gun, go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
fuck you. No,
I'd be mad as hell.
I'm like, good. No. I'm not like because I was like,
7 minutes and you.
Because despite the reviews, because it's at like a 62 right now, I think on Metacritic. Despite the reviews, I was gonna buy it because I like those type of games. But as soon as they said that, as soon as I heard that, and that was like, that wasn't just one person, that was multiple people. I was like, nah, fam, I'm good. No. I was gonna pull the trigger.
Do not. I was gonna try to be a trooper about this, but nah.
Payday was gonna come up, and I'll be like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get it. No.
I'll play Kingdom Hearts 4. I mean, Kingdom Hearts 3.
I'm not playing that either.
What?
I'm sorry. I'm too old for that shit. I'm good.
I'm good. You know what? It's funny because I've heard and I've had friends that play it. I still have not played. Hold on. Before you give me that judgmental look at me, okay? I have played Kingdom Hearts.
I got no issue with you playing Kingdom Hearts though.
And I played.
You like Kingdom Hearts. You like Kingdom Hearts.
Right.
It's not for me though. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. But my thing was, and what I was gonna say was that people were, tripping about how it ended. Like people's ending. Like people were like really in their feelings about how they felt about what happened at said ending. Mm-hmm. I have not played it yet because I like I said earlier, I like story. So I actually want to play all the games before it to get up to what they're talking about, so I can better understand the story. Because what they have said was, even though you don't have to play the other games, it's good to know what happened on the other games. So when you watch certain things, you're not like, what that happened? Or
from my experience of playing, because I've played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. From my experience on the story, you could not play any of them and just jump in, and you still won't know what the fuck. You could play all of them, and I don't know what the fuck's going on. That story to me is like one of those stories is like, I could have not known. If you play like Mass Effect, because Mass Effect, what I love about Mass Effect, and why I love BioWare, or what BioWare used to be. Mass Effect, you start off Mass Effect 1, you play that, with your created character, you created them. They give you a base name, but just so that storyline can if you could change their first name, but their last name stays the same. But it's military based, so everybody's calling you your last name anyway, right?
Right.
So it is what it is. But you carry that character over to Mass Effect 2. All the decisions you made in Mass Effect 1, all the decisions you made, all the relationships you made, carry over into 2, and everyone acts accordingly. And
now I want to play that game because I actually want to see how that really unfolds.
And then, in the Mass Effect 3, everything you did in 1 and 2 carry over to 3. That's like awesome. That's crazy.
That's true.
That's awesome, right?
Right.
But like for Kingdom Hearts though, it's like, you played 1, sure. You played 2, sure. Played 3. I'm not gonna miss it. It wasn't that memorable to me. That's my personal opinion on it.
Well,
if you like it, you like it.
Yeah, that's true. But like I said, I like the story because he might, even though his opinion is of course his own. I like it because when you play those certain games in order like it's supposed to, it's a really, really in-depth story. And like it said,
I get you from a generic standpoint of games and stories, but I'm just saying Kingdom Hearts is one of those things where whether you play it or not, you're not gonna miss anything. Stuff doesn't, in my personal opinion, from 1 and 2, I haven't played 3, but from 1 and 2, not enough stuff carried over to where I was like, oh man, that was crazy. That happened back in 1. I remember that point and that part, and then it doesn't. None of it really carries over like that to make you if you missed out. So it's a good and bad thing. Bad thing in the sense of if you played 1 and then you played 2, you expect some similarities, some convolution, some story crosses, some shit like that. Yeah, but like if you didn't, you're not really missing out anything.
Okay.
My personal opinion. Okay. But luckily, I'm pretty sure on PlayStation they have like they remastered all of them, so you can go back and play.
It's the story so far, and
you can go back and play all that.
And here my little anecdote. A friend actually conned me. Not really conned. He actually, I let him borrow Kingdom Hearts story so far, and
story.
It's called Kingdom Hearts Story So Far, where it actually has all the Kingdom Hearts games on one disc minus 3.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's
which there are too many.
There
were so many half-ass ones in between 2 and 3 that it was like, what the fuck? Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Remix, Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Dreams, Kingdom Hearts 2.78 Ultra Super Duper Dick in the Ass Remix. I don't know what just so
I know what you were talking about.
They had the fucking DS ones. It's like, what the fuck? Y'all are milking the shit out of this.
Well,
milking the shit.
Well, hey, look. For real, yes. Square Enix and Disney has made their money off that game. Especially Square Enix.
Wait, I think Disney did. I think Disney did. You know how many fucking characters in that game? Disney made their motherfucking money off that shit. No,
but see now,
rights to that shit. It was not a split. It was not an even split at all. They paid. I guarantee they paid a fuck ton of money for that shit.
Oh. You know what? It was funny because we talked about this in IP class and intellectual property. We talked about that in IP class about the whole thing about what Square Enix had to do to get those to get that now.
And look how long of a gap that is between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 3. That's a big fucking gap.
That is true because I bet you the reason why and we even made jokes about it. We were like, I bet you it's for all the licensing of all of those characters because now each character has to have for those who don't know.
Donald Duck, Goofy, Hercules, fucking
Mickey
Alice in Wonderland,
Mickey Mouse,
fucking Minnie Mouse, Little Mermaid, all the fucking characters in that world.
Now you also have Toy Story,
Sleeping Beauty, Toy Story, what the fuck? Isn't Toy Story Pixar?
Yeah, that's Disney, bro. Yeah.
Pixar is Disney?
Yeah. Oh, Pixar is owned Pixar is owned by Disney, yes.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
Disney owns everything. Disney owns ESPN.
Seriously?
You know that?
No, I didn't.
Now you know.
And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe.
Yeah. They own everything, dude.
And I thought there was a law against monopolies.
It's not a complete monopoly yet.
They
still have Fox.
Or Universal.
Who lost all the Marvel rights anyway?
Oh, Fox ain't. Oh, well, so
they gave him up.
Well, maybe we can have a decent Fantastic Four movie. Well, hold on. Let me rephrase
I don't know if they got those. I know they got some. I think they got X-Men. I think they got X-Men.
Hold on, let me rephrase that.
Oh, they got Deadpool too. Ooh. What I said. Ooh.
Okay.
You know they canceled the fucking Punisher on Netflix?
Really?
Yeah. Disney's hostile takeover these motherfuckers.
Hold on.
Fuck out of here.
Punisher is good. Like I thought that rivaled that of Daredevil, and I love Daredevil
too. Yeah, all the Marvel shows right now are like canceled. Luke Cage, Iron Fist,
I remember
Daredevil, Punisher, Jessica Jones, canceled.
Dang, Disney. Hey, look, they was like,
they're getting ready for their streaming service, dude.
Hey, look,
that's what's happening.
Hey, look, they was like, if DC can make a streaming services, we gotta show you how we can do it better.
They're about to fucking come out with like the ultimate fucking nostalgic streaming service. Now there's like, I don't know how I feel about it, and me personally, I don't want this whole, because where it's getting to, eventually cable will fade.
And that's what I said, because I've said that. I've said that. I think I've had this conversation with you before, where, yeah, cable will die soon, and it might not be. I give it. I may give it 15 years.
I give it 20 max.
If we're still living that long, we'll put a bet on that.
In 20, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be here.
We'll just say.
If anything's gonna kill me, it's gonna be these Red Bulls. But anyway,
but anyway, I see cable dying, and it's gonna be all stream service.
Yeah,
and basically whoever owns the internet, these internet companies are gonna be the ones who really make it.
So just because you can see how like you just look at their packages, they're begging you to fucking get cable along with your internet. They're begging you because fucking sometimes the damn internet costs more than if you bundle it with cable.
That's
so
true.
They're begging you to get that shit.
That
so
is true.
I have an issue with that, but you move it further and further away from the mic.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
The problem that I have is we're gonna get to the point where there's so many streaming services you might as well have cable. Because you got Netflix, you got Hulu, you got YouTube, you're gonna have Disney here soon. You got
DC.
HBO.
Yeah,
you got DC. And
now
you have
Marvel.
You're gonna have Disney. No, there's Disney.
Oh,
Disney is Marvel.
Okay.
You have Disney. Like 7 streaming services, and that's not including ESPN, fucking
DirecTV now,
Amazon.
So soon it won't be the 16-bit wars like in video games. Soon it's gonna be the streaming wars.
Oh, yeah, pretty soon it's just gonna be you gotta pay for everything individually. There's no more packages. You get to pick what you want, but you fucking go pay for it. But you're gonna have your internet bill along with the extra $60 for the streaming services. Fuck.
So
you can't win.
Hold on. So now you're looking at, say, I'll talk about me. So let's see. I know I probably will pay for Netflix, Hulu, DC, because I'm gonna be real with you on that. So we're just saying that's what we say about what Netflix is, what, 10? We'll just say no 14, 15.
I think it's 14 if you want the 4K streaming, which it'll be the norm soon.
Okay.
But I think it's $10 right now. It might be 11.
We'll just say
let's say 10.
Let's say 10.
Let's just say 10.
So $10. I think DC, it's free right now, but I figure that'll probably be like another.
That's not free, is it? It's not free.
Hold on.
Maybe free with ads.
Hold on, give me that. I actually have the DC joint. Hold on. Or did I get rid of it? I probably tended.
You got rid of it, but you said you sitting here fucking advertise like basically. Oh, I love DC.
I said but I think I probably took it off like a genius. But
DC Ultimate membership. There is a free trial, so no, it is not free. How much is it then? Tell me price, you fuck. No, I don't want. I just want to know how much it costs. There we go. Price. How much is you? $75 annually or $8 a month? The $75 annually ain't bad. It ain't bad. Because that's a cell phone bill monthly.
True. That is true. So now let's see. So now I'm looking at about $84. Now I'm talking about that's what was Hulu?
You expensive.
Yeah. I mean, you're basically
let's just say you pay the money for this. That's $8 for this, $10 for Hulu. If you do the one with ads, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So it's $18, $10 for Netflix, it's $28 if you just want those 3. You got Amazon, that's $100 or what? A year.
Yeah. So yeah, you might as well pay for cable on that sense, because yeah.
The only thing that's saving cable right now is sports, and that's even going out, because I think Super Bowl numbers were low this year. I think they're getting low every year. I may be wrong. I may be wrong.
Let's look at it. Let's see.
So they fell 7% from last year. 103.4 million viewers. That seems low.
That's only million? Yeah, that is low.
In my personal opinion, I think like one or two things gonna happen.
NFL comes with their own streaming service?
No, either sports as a norm, as far as like NFL, basketballs. I don't think soccer will ever die. There's too many hardcore Colombians, Brazilians like that.
Well, but that's also, you also think that's worldly.
Yeah, that's worldwide.
That's not.
But I think
that's not just United States. Now you talk about the United States central gaming or central sports. Mm-hmm. That means basketball, football, hockey, baseball.
Contrary to popular belief, I don't think that esports is gonna get as big as everyone thinks it is. I think that's only because of the stigma that goes with video gaming, and that's why I would think it might not get the traction. But it is $1 trillion business. I don't think it's the stigma. I think it is the nature of the games. I think that what will ruin esports are the games that people are releasing. Because right now there is a certain number of games that you can like play competitively, right?
Overwatch would be one.
Yeah, I know. Overwatch, Rainbow Six Vegas, Counter-Strike, Dota, League of Legends,
Rocket League.
So. But I think that there won't be enough games that will come out for esports that will keep everybody's attention. Because if you look right now, the most popular games are what?
Fortnite.
Battle Royale games, right? You got Apex Legends, you got Fortnite, you got Call of Duty's Battle Royale, Battlefield 5 came out with a Battle Royale game. You can't play that competitively. There's too much chance involved in a Battle Royale game. And if there's too much chance in a game, it's not really competitive in that venue, right?
Well, I mean, you gotta also think. I would say Overwatch is a MOBA within itself.
No, I get you. But you also, if you look at like those games, those are still niche in a sense. More people are watching people playing those games than are watching fucking people playing competitively. And I think unfortunately, game developers are so greedy in what they are. The top game developers are so greedy in wanting all of this money that it'll prevent esports from getting over that hurdle of, being on that main stage. In my personal opinion, I don't know. I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong, but I just think that because Activision, EA, fucking Bethesda, all these motherfuckers are so greedy and are putting all this shit in a game that don't need to be in it just for monetary purposes, I think that's gonna just ruin eventually like the ceiling of video games and how much money motherfuckers can make. It's just gonna we're gonna have another video game crash here soon. Because if you look at it, for example, Activision, they had record sales this past year. Record sales. They made an extreme amount of revenue. And they still laid off 800 people.
Ooh. How does that work?
I really don't think that. I don't think it's because they had to or they needed to. I just really think it's just greed. Because as soon as they did that, they started like they threw loot boxes in Call of Duty all of a sudden. The game's been out for 3 months. Like, hey, here's loot boxes. And it's like I just think that and I think that too many companies are looking at the short term and not the long term. And I think that we are in for another video game crash.
When did we have one before?
Remember around the time that like our Atari was on top, and then there's a video game crash because there was a lot of generic BS games coming out, and people just stopped playing video games.
Oh yes.
And then like until Nintendo came into the forefront, and then Nintendo was the only one that survived that really. So I think we're nearing that point of which they're trying to make more money than what they're making right now. What they're making money hand over fucking fist. They're trying to continuously increase the revenue and ignoring what their consumer base wants in a game. And I think that's what's going to be the ultimate downfall for a lot of these companies. So I think that will affect esports in general. Because if you get to that point and people don't want to play video games anymore, we're back to square one.
That is true. But so, I mean, I'm like, but my thing with that is I don't see people not stop playing video games. I really don't, because you got to take into consideration like people like you who like to stream. And I mean, they would just, in my opinion, they would just have to find another way to. What I would see is maybe you're right, and then they start putting money into influencers like say yourself or
So they already do that though.
I mean, true.
That's already a thing. No, I'm not saying this isn't fact. This is just an opinion. I could be wrong. Could be right.
All right.
I think that eventually we're gonna just hit that point where companies realize, oh, we can't increase our revenue anymore. You know what that detracts? Even you could be even though Activision is making money hand over fist, you know who's not happy? Investors. Do you think that they give a fuck about you if their investors aren't happy? No. Hey, we need more money. Our investors aren't happy. Give us more money. No, fuck your game. That's where I see issues coming about, because there's only so much money that can be made, and games are becoming more expensive to make. They say that. They say that. I don't believe it, because Call of Duty removed their single player game from Black Ops 4. They still made more money than they made last year, and they still have to. And look, game, season pass, and there's still microtransactions and loot boxes. How much fucking money do you need? You said you made. Look, they reported record amount of revenue, and they still need more money. I'm confused. Maybe. And I know it's not because of the game development. It's greedy fucks.
Hey, look, maybe soon it's gonna be that they can't wait until, because now you have VR, which is now the new craze.
No, it's not a new craze at all.
Okay, fine.
I know. Okay. How many people do you know that have VR and use it like they use a console or play PC?
I only know one person that actually has VR.
Okay.
And I've played it with
Now, the problem with VR, number one, it's expensive as fuck.
That is so true.
Two, there's no killer app. There is no game on VR that you're like, oh shit, that's that new NBA 2K. Like, no, there ain't that. That doesn't exist. Never have you ever gone to somebody like, you heard that new VR game? You've never heard that.
No.
You would never heard that.
Hold on, maybe not now.
No,
I give it maybe I give it about at least maybe 6 to 7 years. Something's gonna pop off.
The only reason why I don't think so is because of the requirements for VR. It's a pain in the ass.
That is true.
Because you gotta set up your sensor, your I know Oculus has one sensor that tracks you.
I think that's what my friend has.
The HTC Vive has multiple sensors that track you. You gotta have a whole setup, like a whole room, a whole space dedicated to that shit.
That is true. That is so true. You are right about that.
The populace live in apartments.
True.
Some people have kids. Some people have a studio apartment. Some people can have a room dedicated to that, but it ain't enough. Those people that have that probably, work fucking 15-hour, 16-hour, even if it's an 8-hour job. The last thing I want to do is come home. All right, set up my sensors, put my fucking headset on. Everything work? All right, cool. Let's do it. Nobody want to do that shit. I'm playing. I play a game for enjoyment, and I want to relax. The last thing I want to do, and that
depends on what game you want to relax.
Imagine if playing video games was like streaming. You gotta make sure your second monitor's set up. You gotta make sure your webcam's up. Make sure that your green screen's up. The lighting's proper. The background's completely out of the picture. I'm just sitting here. My mic and the audio's working. Imagine if playing video games like that. You ain't playing fucking video games. But every once in a while.
Yeah, because that's a damn job within itself. I get where you're going with this. The love of video
games comes from either coming home, done.
Yeah,
pick up the controller, turn the bitch on, push the button for the game. I don't want to fucking come over, set up my sensors. But unless you have a dedicated room for that, which means that you either live alone, have a bunch of space, or have a house, I ain't fucking with that shit. I ain't fucking with it. Even people that I know that have that don't play it often. It's every once in a while when they feel like putting themselves through that. So until they get over that hurdle where technology catches up and they're able to do that, it ain't mainstream. And I don't think it will be mainstream for a while. Now, technology does move forward, but I don't think there's enough people in the space that are going to do that. Because you see Facebook, they're using that technology for Facebook. For the most part. Fuck Facebook. That shit annoys the shit out of me. And that's one of those things where, that goes into this, you know what? Fuck all this shit. Yo, social media is a fucking bullshit, dude. Social media is not fun no more. And I was listening to Joe Rogan's podcast, and he was talking about that, and I 100% agree. Social media is just not fun no more, dude. It's not fun no more. Because it used to be where you would interact with your friends and maybe some new people. Now it's just, you just want to get on to fucking argue with somebody.
That's true.
And then everyone's, I understand everyone has an opinion, but there are some people that have opinions that just need to keep that shit to themselves. What the fuck? There's some people, and then...
I've always said this before. When you live in a country where freedom of speech, it holds precedence above anything.
You know what? I don't believe that. Because I know half these motherfuckers, if they... You know what I think will fix it? This will fix all that shit. This will fix it. If they had a social media platform, no one would sign up for this. No one. But if they had a law that required on your social media that you had to use your name, your real name, and have your picture on that motherfucker, ain't no one talking shit to nobody.
You know what? I would like to see this experiment. I would like to see it. And look,
I would do it.
And look, I would love to see this experiment to, have somebody make a social media or, the powers that be who are listening. I would like to see that happen where we actually have to put our name and our face to it.
Yeah, there's no alias. There's none of that shit. If you want to make a comment or some other shit, your name, your picture, part of me wants to say where the fuck you live, but I just understand where that could backfire a lot. Tempting though.
It kind of reminds me of there was an episode of The Orville, and this was actually a really interesting topic because I think Black Mirror did something on this too, where basically social media started to it was the premise of how people made money, and your money was based on your likes, and if you was to and then like if you, and also social status. So if you always have like all these likes or whatever, but if you get below to where you're disliked or whatever, you could actually get killed, like literally go to jail because you're.
Now that people are trolls, and that would just lead to like, if I don't like you, or enough people don't like you, just for the point of not liking you, they'll just spam the dislike to you till that happens. Like no, that you can't do that, because you have to you unfortunately you have to count for human beings being a piece of shit. A lot of people don't account for that.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
I know when YouTube and Twitter made their shit, they did not account for people being pieces of shit, and that's why they're in the issue they're having, the trouble they're having right now, because they're like, God damn, we had a positive outlook on society, and we figured out people are fucking assholes if they get to hide behind a keyboard and a fucking username. I vote for you gotta have your face. The motherfucker gotta scan your face. You gotta like continue, like you gotta do one of these or some shit. Like I've seen that. Have you ever seen those things where you gotta like put up a peace sign for it to recognize it? You gotta do this. Put up a peace. You gotta. We gotta know it's you. You gotta put up a license, some shit, something. If they made that requirement, I think the internet would be a little bit better. There will be ways.
I don't know, bro.
There will be ways. No. There will be ways around it, but there will be look. The motherfuckers that ain't gonna do shit. That they would disappear. Like, oh no, don't you can't know who I am. I'm a troll. That would eliminate a decent number. At least, like, if we just kill 10% of these motherfuckers, and I don't mean literally kill them, just remove them from the internet, that would make me happy. I would smile a little bit, knowing that your punk ass keyboard warrior status gets removed. Because you would never say to someone's face, stop playing. And I think there will be enough people. Some people know there'll be enough people that if their real name and real face is there on the forefront, they would think about what they're gonna say.
I don't know, bro. You have a you.
No, some. I said some people. No. I just said there are some people that are naturally.
I would.
Yeah, no, exactly. There's some shit
like,
you just wouldn't say. It's like, because like, oh, that's me. That person could find me, find all my other shit, and be like, yeah, you would think about what the fuck you saying. I think at this point we got to get stupid with some shit, and that's one of them. Because like right now, Facebook ain't nothing but spam ads and bullshit, and people reposting shit. Ain't no one using Facebook, or the average person not using Facebook for anything other than being an asshole or reposting a funny video. And then
I use it to talk to people from time to time.
Twitter ain't nothing but wars. Yeah, there are some people that just use the Facebook Messenger. Cool, got you. I'm not saying they should take that away from you, but Facebook, in its sense, if it was just a messenger, then it would be far more useful than what it is now as far as a social media site. And then fucking Twitter ain't nothing but people fighting with each other, saying dumb shit.
What about Instagram and Snapchat, since we're going down the line?
Instagram ain't nothing but thoughts. Yo, I saw a fucking... So I post a lot of stuff and hashtag streaming, gaming related stuff. Man, some bitch liked my shit, and I looked at her page, and it's like, oh, I'm, a full-time streamer, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going through, half of it ain't nothing but her tits out, or one of them was like, Happy Valentine's Day, and it was her in her bra and panties. And I'm like, what the fuck does this got to do with you streaming, bitch?
Well, maybe she's streaming.
You can't do that. Or you can't do that.
And see,
which this is a prime example where feminists can shut the fuck up. Because unfortunately, just like black people, if you're not all on the same page, nothing will get accomplished. It takes one of you to fuck up the whole movement.
That is so true.
So, if you're trying to fight for women not being judged by their bodies, and you got a whole bunch of women using their bodies to make money, not sex workers But bitches streaming video games like that, it don't work. So look. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's your argument.
Well, I mean, I get it, but you know, and I agree with you to the certain extent that you know that small. What is that little saying? You know, one apple ruins the whole bunch. I think that's what what the thing is.
Yeah.
That is so true. Mm-hmm. But and I hate to say it, but it really does ruin it for the ones that I know that are really good gamers who, you know, get harassed and get, you know, or the ones who are actually really good with what they do, and then they're like, oh, you didn't get there because you had somebody help you get there. No, motherfucker. I'm venting because I know a female gamer who actually can hold her own. She plays World of Warcraft and hold her own. Yeah, and she still gets shit. Like,
yeah, look, I get you. I get that, and that's not what I have a problem with. That's not who I'm talking about at all. That's not who I have a problem with at all. And yes, that stigma should die. But if you stream, someone's calling you fat.
I ain't small, Chauncey.
I'm just saying. I'm
good within myself to say I am. And look, I am sexy, succulent motherfucker. Shit.
Hey. Then she's got to do the same thing.
Okay.
And that's where we're going to end.
Like,
thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching and or listening to the Everything About Everything podcast, episode 11. We have an episode every week.
Or we try to.
We've been doing good for the most part. We missed 1 week. Missed one so far, I think. For the past little bit.
Okay,
anyway.
Right, fine. I'm sorry I messed that up. My bad.
You didn't mess it up. You good? You good? Open platform. I'm not here to block your opinions. I don't care if you are a female or whatever you are attempting to be. Can you imagine? Can you imagine you show up? Hey, you're fat. I identify as a thin male. That's where it's going to, and y'all can eat a dick on that one. Shut the fuck up. That shit's getting stupid.
Hey, no, look, I'm gonna do that one day.
That is the problem.
I am so gonna do that one day.
That's the problem with that whole thing. That's the problem that I have is that like it's good. Like people,
I am thin, sir. I am thin, sir.
People don't get if we don't have a line to draw, that people will go over that line.
I am thin, sir. I am thin, sir.
I am done, sir.